Welcome to the Nikki Rich Show. We are here today with award-winning and Oscar-nominated Donald Mowat. So welcome to the Nikki Rich Show. How are you doing?
I'm really well. Thanks, Nikki. Thanks for having me, talking with me.
I want to start off by saying congratulations to you on all your success as makeup and hair designer, head of design, I would say, for Marvel Studios, Moon Knight. I mean, congrats. That's so huge.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work, but I enjoyed it. And I had such great, it's all about the team. It's a lot of people I put together, a lot of new people, some older people, but it was a great opportunity. It was really great for me and I enjoyed it. And the team worked hard and we had a great time.
Now, how did you discover your love for makeup and hair?
Well, I'm not a hairdresser. I'm a makeup artist by definition or by occupation for many, many years, because when I was a kid, I loved movies. I just loved movies and everything about them. But I was always intrigued about the way people looked, the way their clothes and the styling and of course the way their faces were. And I noticed differenses. So horror films and dramas and comedies, and I really watched for it. And I started watching the names of the people. And that's really what got me interested. I started reading books at the library and school plays, and I started, trying to get in on it, which is hard when you don't know anybody.
Yeah.
Who's in the, but you figure it out. And so that's how I started, basically.
Wow, that is amazing. And you have such an extensive background working with so many people, like actors like Mark Wahlberg, Daniel Craig, and Ryan Gosling, and so many more huge actors out there. Now, what was it like working with them?
Well, for me, it doesn't really matter who it is. I think I've always treated them like people. And I think that's maybe the secret to my success is treat people like people. And I always treat everybody well, and you'll figure it out. And I think a lot of people miss that lesson in life. Because if you treat everybody equally, no matter what they're doing, the person cleaning the makeup trailer or the star of the movie, you're going to be just fine. But unfortunately, we are in a business where some people just kind of are so starstruck. It's very difficult.
Now, have you ran across any challenges or faced any challenges that you had to overcome, even working with different actors in the industry?
Everybody has something that they're overcoming, or a difficult thing, whether it's, mental illness or disabilities, or, not having the schooling they wanted to have, or coming from, not coming from privileged background. I mean, there's a lot, everybody has something. Everybody can say there's something that stopped them. I mean, I was bullied really badly as a kid. I mean, look, everyone, what can I say? And then it becomes a contest as who had it worse, who had a sadder upbringing, who's got a sadder tale. And I hate that. You just kind of, you go with what you've got and you try to make it work. And everybody has to help each other move forward, and let's move forward. But there are challenges, people say no a lot, and you're starting and you keep sending those resumes but there's a way. You got to be charming. You got to be polite. You got to take advice. So for me, I think I took the right advice from people that said, you know what? Don't call people at 9 o'clock at night. Don't bother people. There's a way to do this. And that's the kind of advice I took that was very good advice.
Now, how do you manage to maintain in your field, your creativity?
Well, I think it's like anything. I mean, we all do what we have to do. There's rules and regulations for every job. Sometimes you're like, oh God, I wish I could do this. But the actor will say, no. I want to look like this. Well, the thing is, it's not your film, and it's not your face, and it's not your head of hair. Most people come to me and go, hey, Donald, what do you think of this? And they want the feedback. But there are some jobs, they're not my favorite, where the person says, yeah, I kind of know what I want. And they'll bring their own people, and that's fine. And I've been somebody's person. but it's not for everybody. But I think everyone has to understand not everybody works the same way.
No,
And you have
they
to
don't.
accept all the differences, and whether, like you cook your spaghetti sauce that way, I cook mine this way, and you have to accept it. And so I don't try to change that. If I can almost tell, it's even people working with me. I can say to some of the kids work with me. I call them kids because if they're under a certain age, I kind of go, yeah, if you want to work with me, that's what I expect. And like it or not, or you don't work with me. I think it's a fair challenge to put down.
I know you did a lot of people asking, do you mentor or do you have any mentors actually?
Do I have mentors or do I mentor people?
Yeah, do you mentor people?
I did a lot actually. So in LA, I did a lot for the British Academy for BAFTA. I did a lot at the Washington Prep High School. Going back now, like quite a few years, there's a couple of newer high schools they're working with. It's a question of time. Obviously, COVID stopped that for a while. We're going to get back into it, but I have mentored some kids, some who want to do makeup. I really encourage kids who wanted to do. I was kind of getting tired of hearing kids always, especially kids who were underrepresented in the film industry, but kids always saying, I want to be an actor. I want to be a director. I'm like, yeah, you want to be famous is what you're saying.
Yes.
I'm not interested in that. I want people who want to work and be props or costume or makeup or hair. And I'm open to kids and young people who want that and help hook them up with people who are able to mentor them and answer questions and steer them in the right direction. So yes, I've done a fair amount of mentoring in the US and in the UK, wherever I'm working. Yeah.
Now, how did you feel when you got the call that you was going to be a part of Moonlight?
Well, it was really nice because I'd worked with Oscar Isaac before and he mentioned it to me. I thought, oh, wow, I think that'd be really, it was new for me because I wasn't in the MCU universe. I didn't really understand it. I had to ask questions from people who love it. But, I got into it and I slowly discovered I can make this work. Yeah. And I did. And I was very excited to do it.
Wow. What was your favorite part of just working on set?
Well, I really liked that episode 5 because I got to really, with the team, we, doing all the doubles and twinning doubles and matching people with wigs and makeup, the stand-ins and stunt performers, and working with May because I think she's great. She's a newcomer to the business. I love that we kept her with a very natural hair and gave her a fresh makeup to look like Cairo, like an Egyptian woman. It was fun. And then Oscar having those kind of looks, being sort of creepy, drugged out. I kind of love doing all that.
Now, how long does that process take just to get ready?
The day-to-day, very quick. I mean, I think Oscar takes, I think for me, makeup-wise, I can get them done in half hour. May's pretty quick. I mean, it should be because, you have to do it every day and it's got to look the same. So Oscar for makeup is a half hour. It takes longer on hair. That's just a thing. I think sometimes people, in some jobs, we kind of allow people to just chill and take their time, especially because he's preparing for a role. Other times you want to move quickly because the director, well, we don't have the time. You're going to fall behind if you keep, spending that much time in the chair.
Wow, amazing. Now, do you got any upcoming projects that you're working on that you can discuss?
Well, the only thing I can say is I'm back in Budapest getting ready for part 2 of Dune.
Ooh, Oscar! Yes, exciting. Dune is, I'm so excited about that. Now, how are you preparing?
I'm not allowed to say anything or I'll disappear. I'll be in so much trouble.
No.
Exclusive just for you.
Oh my gosh. Well, before we go, now, is there any advice you would like to give any inspiring, artists out there, whether it's makeup or hair, anybody out there, and moving forward in their dreams? Any advice?
Well, I think you have to just have a passion for it. Don't just like it. Don't do it because somebody told you you should do it, or there's good money in it. Don't do it for that reason. Do it because you like it. If somebody tells you you're good at it, chances are you are. You know, people will let you know when you're good. You don't know when you're good. And so when you are good, then move forward, find out, go online, make inquiries. Don't be afraid to ask questions. There's nothing wrong with that. If somebody gives you attitude, they're just a jerk. But do it and have passion. But you have to have passion but don't ask questions like, how much money can you make? Because the minute somebody says that to me, done, not interested.
No. And I know you do so much. Who inspires you? Who gives you that drive to want to keep going?
Well, I mean, there are people I see just day to day in the real world. Sometimes I think we put so much focus on show business that we don't really put enough focus on the real world of like what people did in the pandemic, and like nurses and healthcare workers and teachers. And sometimes that makes me sad that they don't get Oscars, because that really matters to me. And I think that right now, you know, with Ukraine and what's really happening, I'm not so interested in celebrities and what they're doing and what they're wearing, because nobody really should care, right? I mean, in the end. So I want to do what I love to do and help make movies, help tell stories, but I'd rather focus on, I don't know, I like seeing people who deal with kids or people with special needs, or, you know, I just went through that when my dad, you know, died last year, and I had these people help look after him, and they were remarkable women. They were remarkable and very underpaid and not recognized. And I really think they're special. And I wanted them to feel good about what they do and make a fuss over them. So that matters to me.
How do you handle things, you know, with your father passing, and then balance out your family life and also work? How do you handle things like that when you're pursuing your passion?
It's, you know, it's really hard. I think it gets harder as you get older. So when you're younger, you have got the wherewithal, as we all do, because, you know, if you don't see your family for a while, it's like whatever. But of course, as they start leaving this world, then it's more difficult, because you feel, oh my God, I miss this, I miss that. And, you know, right now I'm trying to figure out, can I get back to see my mom for her 91st birthday?
Yeah.
It's really important to me.
It is.
And, you know, so there's something in that is life balance. I will say the new generation of people I really commend that. Well, they're a little bit too extreme, because they're all about that, which is a little bit, but you still have to work. They're all about vacation, family, to the point where, but you got to work. So I wished I'd had a bit more life balance, maybe through my 30s and 40s.
Well, I'm telling you, it's happening. You look good, and everything is happening, you know, and I'm just so excited for you, because everybody is talking about you right now, and you're the most sought out, and you're everywhere, and your success shows. You know, look at your accolades, your awards, and everybody just love you, and I'm so happy. You know, just to be here with you is such an honor, because you are amazing.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. That means a lot, and thanks for doing what you do, because it helps all of us. So you do a great service for people in the business too. So that's important.
Thank you. And I love what you said, you know, for the everyday people, you know, our workers out there that's in a hospital. And that's what the Nikki Rich Show is all about. You know, we reach everybody, you know, we're blessed, you know, and just honored to be here. And we're going to continue to spread the word and tell people about Donald Mowat and more, you know, and those out there achieving and accomplishing their dreams. And this is what it's all about here.
I think it's fantastic. Thank you. You're very kind.
Thank you so much. And I thank you for talking with us today. Now, any last words you would like to share on ways they can contact you or network with you?
Instagram, and people who are interested, do the Instagram, message me. If it's really, you know, people really, you know, I get students, people who are interested. The only thing I don't like is when people ask me about actors. I just don't talk about people I work with. But if it's legitimate, looking for a school or a film school or courses or I don't really endorse products, so that's not my world. But if somebody, has something, or they're looking at some of the programs that are out there, by all means, yeah, please message me. That's fine.
Well, thank you so much again for talking with us, and congrats again.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.